News from California, 510 just arrested. This is huge. Making America Safe Again by Al Weisman for FreedomDaily.com. Los Angeles media is now reporting that police arrested over 500 suspects and rescued 56 victims during a statewide human trafficking crackdown, which had been in the works for some time now. The Los Angeles County Regional Human Trafficking Task Forces, in a press conference today, announced the arrest of a total of 510 suspects during the three-day sweep, which was named Operation Reclaim and Rebuild. The operation, which took place between January 25th and 27th, was responsible for the rescue of a total of 45 adults and 11 young girls. At a press conference on Tuesday, Los Angeles County Sheriff Jim McDonnell gave vivid details surrounding some of the arrests. They made it very clear this is meant to be a clear message to all traffickers that Los Angeles County isn't the place to do business. The sheriff stated this particular operation was conducted to target those who use the internet and social media sites to exploit victims. He gave the example of an undercover deputy posing as a young female on social media who was contacted by one of the men to recruit her to work for him as a prostitute. The man drove from Riverside County to meet with his victim, which he then proceeded to demand $500 from to manage her. The deal he offered the undercover officer was that he would collect the money from the customers and give her whatever he decided she needed. So basically, he was going to be her pimp, and she would be his slave. Okay. McDonald said the suspect was arrested by task force detectives and also found to be in possession of a stolen .357 Magnum handgun. So this means he will be going away for a very long time. Good for him. Yeah. Via World Tribune, President Donald Trump is making good on his pledge to use the full force and weight of the U.S. government to break up child sex trafficking rings and lock up sexual predators. Since Trump was sworn in, authorities have arrested more than 1,500 pedophiles in the United States. President Donald Trump issued an executive order giving the FBI extra power to crack down on human trafficking offenses. This should be one of the biggest stories in the national news. Instead, the mainstream media has barely, if at all, covered any of this mass pedophile arrest. This begs the question, why? Liz Crokin wrote for townhall.com on February 25th. The numbers are staggering when compared to the less than 400 sex trafficking related arrests made in 2014, according to the FBI. In a press conference from the White House on February 23rd, Trump addressed how human trafficking is a dire problem domestically and internationally. Dedicated men and women across the federal government have focused on this for some time. As you know, it's been much more focused over the last 4 weeks, he said. Press conference was barely a blip in the mainstream media, and the massive arrests have been almost completely ignored by the MSM altogether, Crokin wrote. Crokin noted some of the major arrests that have been made since Trump took office. On January 27th, authorities arrested 42 in human trafficking operations in Tennessee. On January 29th, authorities announced that 474 were arrested in a statewide California human trafficking operations, and 28 sexually exploited children were rescued. 178 people were arrested in Texas, operated in January until Super Bowl Sunday. Wow. On February 14th, Polk County Sheriff, 42 were arrested in Florida for child pornography. Disgusting. Meanwhile, as the major media ignored these historical arrests, they have zeroed in on casting conservative icon Milo Yiannopoulos as a monster, Crokin wrote. They claim he supports pedophilia based on comments he made in a video years ago. The reality is Milo was a victim of child sex abuse, and although he did joke about his abuse in an interview, he in no way promotes pedophilia. The opposite is true, and he addressed this controversy head on in a press conference. Milo has personally taken down and exposed pedophiles in his column over the years. However, the mainstream media and the left ignored this information and demonized Milo. The irony of all of this is that the left and MSM have been the biggest proponents of pedophilia. Salon has published articles attempting to normalize pedophilia. However, to maintain their full outrage over Milo, they deleted him. Crokin continued. The face of the very fake news network CNN, Jake Tapper, fired off several tweets condemning Milo. For example, he tweeted, "My friend is survivor of sex trafficking." Milo straight up defending abusing 13-year-old boys. "Please don't let that be normalized." Well, that was the New World Order. That's what they want. If Tapper is so concerned with sex trafficking, why in the world hasn't he covered the massive sex trafficking arrests and have taken place under Trump since he took office? It seems he and many in the leftist media are only concerned with sex trafficking if it can be used to destroy a conservative, Crokin wrote. Absolutely correct there. The good news, Crokin noted, is that we have a president who genuinely does care about children, and he vows to make solving the human trafficking epidemic a priority. The recent pedophile arrests are just the tip of the iceberg, and whether Tapper and his ilk in the MSM like it or not, this story will eventually get so big that they will be forced to cover this horrific epidemic that has plagued our country for too damn long. Please share if you're glad sex trafficking is finally being stopped and our people are being protected. You know, I mean, it's disgraceful. Yeah. He's asking the girl to give him $500 in order to, yeah, I mean, you got to be kidding me. What a joke. What a joke. You know, it's disturbing. Disturbing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.